The word of the day, ladies and gentlemen, is gaslighting. We've got Twitter suspending CNN, New York Times, Washington Post journalists, Elon Musk saying they were doxing his family. And it's so amazing and so hilarious how they're trying to spin this. And you've got CNN, New York Times putting out statements saying, I don't know what our fine journalists did. When you actually look into it, these people were suspended, and apparently they're only being suspended for 7 days for tweeting out the live updated flight info on Elon Musk. Now, yesterday I came out with a video where I said, listen, I know Elon, he's being Papa Bear right now. He's trying to protect his kid after the incident with the disgusting alt-left person who was stalking his 2-year-old. The one thing I will say with Elon, this doesn't surprise me at all, and Elon is going to have to get used to it because these people are sick in the head. They do have major mental problems, and when I see a story and a headline of a member probably of Antifa or a left group, probably a socialist group, stalking a 2-year-old kid, that doesn't surprise me. That's just how deranged these people are. So they're going to come after Elon Musk. I put out a video 2 or 3 days ago saying why the left hates Elon Musk so much, because he's completely disrupted their little ecosystem they had on social media and all of their control. And then, of course, Elon Musk comes out and says, listen, I'm sick of it. My kids are in danger. I'm actually going to just ban the overall account that tracks my live updated flights. And I said I was against that, but I saw why he was doing it. But okay, so he's going to ban it. And now what you have is all these liberals basically trying to get banned so they can just go ahead and say, oh, you're a hypocrite for banning me, when Elon Musk makes it very clear that, listen, you can't do this. I just banned the account that was live tracking my flight. You can't do that. You can do it on a delay. But then apparently these journalists were tweeting out live updates of Elon Musk's flight, basically begging to be banned so they could say, you know, kind of like a little child, why would you ban me? I thought you believed in the First Amendment, when it's a clear violation of privacy. So it's a complete false narrative, and they're trying to do the whole thing, oh, you're banning me. I thought you agreed with, you know, the First Amendment. It's the same thing when Elon Musk takes over Twitter and you have all these accounts changing their name, verified accounts. Well, we know the verified issue now with everyone getting the check mark and stuff like that. But before that even happened, you had the verified accounts changing their names to Elon Musk, changing the profile pictures to Elon Musk, tweeting out horrible things that made it seem like Elon Musk was saying them. It is pure slander. And then they would get, of course, because it's against the guidelines to do that, they would get suspended or banned or whatever, and then they would play the victim. This is the exact, they love playing the victim. Yes, I broke the guidelines that, you know, somebody gets banned yesterday for doing the exact same thing. Maybe you shouldn't do it. Maybe you shouldn't do it, but no, they want to play the victim. And then you have CNN putting out a statement. Oh, this is amazing. This is absolutely hilarious. It says, among those accounts that were permanently suspended. Oh, these were I thought it was a 7-day suspension. I heard it was a 7-day suspension. CNN correspondent, New York Times technology reporter, Washington Post reporter, a journalist, and how about Keith Olbermann and a Vox reporter? Elon is doing Keith Olbermann a favor. But you know what? The one issue with Keith Olbermann getting suspended, he won't get to update us now on his 10th booster. Oh my, Keith, we need an update. Did you get the 10th booster yet? I think Biden's got you beat by one. If you get the 10th booster, maybe Fauci will give you a little kiss or something. But you can see, also it looks like Mastodon which is, if you guys don't know what Mastodon is somehow worse than Truth Social. That's how bad Mastodon is. Oh my God. And as you can see, it says, so far, I've been able to confirm about half the accounts suspended posted links to the jet tracker thing in violation of the new doxing policy. And then Elon Musk says same doxing rules apply to journalists as everyone else. So let me just say, I think this needs to be a situation where these people need to be able to come back. I'll be honest with you when it comes to what I would say to Elon Musk. I think you give him a 7-day ban, you let them come back, and if they do it again, it's going to be a stiffer penalty, but I don't think they should be permanently banned. But guys, don't let them manipulate this into creating a false equivalency by saying, oh, Elon Musk is anti-free speech. No, Elon Musk came out, he has his 2-year-old getting stalked by some crazy communist liberal, and then he says, listen, we're not doing this. I don't want my stuff tracked. I disagreed with that, but if that's his policy for privacy, that's all right. That's not a political thing. It's not like the Democrats banning Republican accounts because they didn't like what they were saying and they had a political advantage that censoring the whole laptop story back in 2020. That's not what this is. This is a situation where it's a privacy issue, and Elon Musk says, this is the rules, okay, and then you have these people on the left basically begging to play the victim, doing exactly what Elon Musk said not to do, and then they get banned or suspended, and then they look at you with puppy dog eyes and say, see, he doesn't care about the free speech, when it is a total false equivalency. But no, these people, in my opinion, I'm big into free speech, and listen, you let some stuff slide. Obviously, this is something where it was a joke. They were trolling Elon Musk here. I think a penalty of a suspension of 7 days and then let him back on. That's just my opinion, which I thought originally what it was that. Criticize me all day long is totally fine, but doxing my real-time location and endangering my family is not. So there clearly is a privacy kind of issue Elon Musk is currently facing. I'm guessing there's probably been some personal things that have happened where he's taken over Twitter. And again, I said the left was really going to come after him because they had such a bully pulpit on Twitter and on social media. That's why all the 18-year-old, 19-year-old, 20-year-old kids, that's why they're all crazy liberals. And then when they get older, they become Republican. New York Times released a statement. See, this is where it gets so stupid. The New York Times releases a statement saying tonight's suspension of the Twitter accounts of a number of prominent journalists, including New York Times Ryan Mack, is questionable and unfortunate. Neither the Times nor Ryan have received any explanation about why this occurred. Didn't he send out Elon Musk's live flight data? Like, this wasn't like his account just got randomly suspended. So I'm not understanding what the New York Times is saying. The New York Times, what a joke. How as a company do you release this statement when Elon Musk, it was trending all over Twitter 2 days ago, bans an account that's dedicated to live tracking his flights. And he says it's a privacy issue, it's not happening. We've got these horrible, crazy people stalking my 2-year-old kid. And then this dude does the exact same thing the next day, and now New York Times comes out with a statement and says, oh my God, we don't know why. How does this happen? It's not like they just banned the other account and then you did the exact same thing the account that got banned did. And then CNN also issues a statement, the impulsive and unjustified suspension of a number of reporters. So yeah, again, CNN, I'm not understanding. If these people tweeted out the flight location, I'm not understanding what they're saying. It's not like Elon Musk is just banning people that don't like him if they committed something. Now personally, guys, I will say I do think this might be, again, a situation where these people should be allowed back on. I don't think this is a bannable offense. It does seem like trolling. But I don't know why they're issuing statements looking all bewildered and being like, oh my God, how did we get suspended? Gee, we'll never know. It's like they're acting like, and originally, actually, when I was looking at this story, I was like, wow, this is really a bad look for Elon Musk. Of course, because I was looking at the mainstream news and they didn't say anything about all of these tweets of these people talking about Elon Musk's flight and things like that, the live track and stuff. So it is more trolling. It is more gaslighting. It's just like Antifa. If you guys don't know Antifa, the terrorist cell located on the western part of the United States, mainly in Oregon. It's like Antifa calls themselves anti-fascist, but they're literally the only fascist organization in America that will get violent, and it's documented, it's on video. The only reason it's not bigger is because 80% of the mainstream media is left-wing. They're going to censor it. They're not going to show it. That is pure gaslighting. We are Antifa. We're anti-fascist when they're literally the only fascist group that is officially operating in the United States. It is amazing. So these people come out, they're grasping at straws, and listen, obviously if Elon Musk makes a rule and says, all right, this is a privacy thing, it's not politics, you can't follow my 2-year-old son and ping his phone and stuff like that, it's disgusting. And then all of these reporters who, you think of a reporter and you think of unbiased. Of course, that's not how it is anymore. These people act like 3-year-olds and they attempt to troll Elon Musk and live tweet it. And guys, personally, listen, you know, we understand if you're a father, things like that, I think it is a little bit of an overreaction, you know, in terms of banning these accounts. But if it's just a 7-day thing, you know, you're breaking the rules, stuff like that. That is what's going to happen. So my hope is all these people are allowed back on, because I am a believer in free speech, and I do think it would be a bad look for Elon Musk to ban all these people permanently. But I did read somewhere that this was just a 7-day ban, and they would end up being, but apparently this article that I just looked at says they were permanently suspended. So a permanent suspension, you know, it seems longer. My message to Elon Musk, listen, obviously, you know, those reporters did, they're completely unprofessional, but it's to be expected from them. It's not surprising. I mean, again, we go back to Elon Musk taking over Twitter, and all these people that were verified, they were having such meltdowns. They changed their name and Twitter picture to Elon Musk and started tweeting horrible things, and then they get suspended because it's blatantly against guidelines, and then they sit there and try and play the victim and cry and say, I thought you believed in free speech, when it's clearly against the guidelines. It's the same thing. If Elon Musk bans an account, the next day you do the exact same thing the account that got banned is doing, you're probably going to face some type of suspension. And then these horrible mainstream media sites release statements saying, we don't know why our reporters got banned. Oh, it's amazing. But now they want to sit there and play the victim like, but no, where was the free speech energy? And I'm not saying it's right, because it's not. I'm not saying to do the exact same thing that Democrats did, but it is important to point out the hypocrisy of it. Where was this energy when all the conservatives were getting censored? Then they told me, I would get into arguments, they would tell me, oh no, it's a private company. They can do whatever they want. They can censor you for nothing. They're a private company. The First Amendment does not apply to Twitter. That's what I was told. Now we've got people blatantly breaking guidelines and still complaining they're getting suspended. So I would say, listen, let's let these people back on. I'm all for free speech. Whether people, you know, are for you or against you, I do think that this type of violation, it was just trolling, and you can't permanently ban these people. Because I believe in free speech, and I think Elon's going a little bit too far with it. It's almost like he got really protective because of his kid, and unfortunately, that's just what they're going to do. I mean, these people are not well in the head, and It's a typical Tuesday for, you know, one of these leftist people to stalk a 2-year-old's kid. That's just their typical Tuesday night, unfortunately. So that is what happened on Twitter last night, and we also had some other vile things that I can't even talk about. But guys, either way, that is going to do it for this video. I think those people should be allowed back on. And again, I read somewhere it was a 7-day ban, so let's hope that's the case, because that is not, you should not be banned for doing that. And again, obviously, if this was liberals, they would say, oh, it's a private company, they can do whatever they want, but you're trying to shift away from that train of thinking. Obviously, Twitter now has more conservative control, but that doesn't mean to do the exact same thing liberals did, but in opposite, because I saw several tweets saying that leftist accounts should be suspended. No, they shouldn't. They need to be able to speak. It's important for the conversation. Everyone needs to speak. Obviously, if you violate guidelines, you should be suspended. But for something like that, which is trolling, you know, I totally agree. You can suspend them. That's fine. What they're doing is totally ridiculous. And you can call out how dumb these, platforms are, like CNN, who releases statements. I don't know why he gets suspended. He just did something that was against the guidelines. Why did my reporter get suspended? Maybe you need to get a better reporter that doesn't act like a third grader. Again, these are reporters that are trolling Elon Musk by posting his real-time flight data when he says it's against the overall terms and you will be banned. They do it anyways, and then they play the victim and say, how does that happen? So that is the dynamic. I understand them getting suspended, getting a slap on the wrist, but I do think they should be allowed back on. That can't be a totally permanently bannable offense, in my opinion. That's just trolling. So either way, guys, we'll see what happens, but that's going to do it for this video. Make sure you're following me on Twitter. Link to that's always in the description. I'm, of course, the Depressed Ginger. Thank you for watching.